Hi kids, it's Jail. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Okay, we are in Windenburg and I have just bulldozed the Dresden house, which is the 64 by 64 lot over on the mainland. I like my big houses. I like big old mansions. Give me a mansion, please. High ceilings on the ground floor and then regular ceilings on the top floor, because the high ceilings are good for air circulation in the summer, but they certainly don't add the the coziness value is like so they're good for the formal spaces, and the formal spaces would be downstairs, so then you get upstairs where people are sleeping and stuff. So I figure you can have the shorter ceilings, just the normal ceilings, because these high walls are kind of tall walls or high ceilings are, how do you decorate them? That's an issue. But I love old houses, so this one kind of inspired by this house I see online for sale. It's a mansion in Pennsylvania, and one feature that I really like is it's got twin parlors with a pocket door. So you've got the pocket door in the middle, and you can open it up and have this big space, probably for entertaining, or close it up so you've got two smaller, cozier rooms for maybe saving heat on the heating bill in the winter, because Pennsylvania gets cold and snowy. And each room has its own fireplace. And this is an old mansion. It was actually built in 1776, and then it was rebuilt, I think, in like 1840 something. So that's still old. It was what, 100 and no, wow, 50 years old or something when it was rebuilt. 1776. 70 years old when it was rebuilt, something like that. So it was a pretty old house when it was rebuilt, and I'll bet maybe it was kind of falling apart, considering. Anyway, it's a really cool house. It's my dream house. It's on the market for a mere $4 million. So chump change, man, oh sure. The down payment is $790,000, and then I think the monthly installment is like, I don't know, a paltry $12,000 or something. Like, yeah, right, dream on. But I dream big. So I build it in The Sims, or parts of it, to manifest it to myself, law of attraction. So anyway, when I heard about us getting sliding doors, I was like, ooh, maybe I can duplicate pocket doors somehow. And so I found the glass sliding doors first. I was like, okay, here we go. And then I found the wood paneled ones, and I was like, yay! So that was fun. So one of my favorite packs is vampires. I don't like the gameplay at all. I don't like the vampires or anything. I just like the stuff. I like the architecture, the windows, the furnishings, all that stuff, because I love antiques. I love anything with an unusual kind of a shape to it. So these windows are pretty neat. And when I was in the vampire world, what's it called? Forgotten Hollow, if I got that right. What I do is I like the houses so much that I'll save them to my library. And I love the Vlad's mansion, but it's in the middle of a cemetery, so that's kind of yucky. But if you save that house to your game, there you go. Stick it in Newcrest. Hello, beautiful. Of course, it has to be like cheered up a bit. It's really dark, but it's a fun project, just lightening up the walls and everything. And I got the idea from that house about putting the windows at different levels to make it, to kind of fill up these really huge walls. Why do you have to have the windows all at the same level, right? So you can't have one over the other, but on different sections they can be different heights. So that's what I'm doing here. So I always have a hard time getting all the windows on the same level, even though I use the lines in the wall, the unfinished walls, as a guide, like a grid, but I still tend to get messed up. So it's easiest for me to have one set of windows right on the floor, and then, as you can see, I'm playing with the heights of the others. And this, they did the 3 skinny windows together, the 3 staggered skinny windows. This was you can find it in the what do they call it, the Stroud, Van Stroud, or the Stroud Mansion in Forgotten Hollow. So I'm just trying to get these windows the way I like them. Because now they've got they also have high enough curtains so that you can do something. They're tall enough to cover up these windows that are high up on the wall. So my plan is to make sort of a template room, and so there will be four identical rooms, because I'm going to do 2 wings. The house is kind of H-shaped on the bottom, and then, I don't know, weird on the top. It's a weird looking house. But I like it. It's more interesting than a shoebox, you know? So yeah, those are the glass doors, but I think I find the panel ones pretty soon. And I'm like, squeeze! Because I really was hoping for wood paneled sliding doors, because they're more like pocket doors. And of course the pocket doors in the actual house slid all the way across, so it was like you know, a room divider basically. So it didn't have that here, but it sort of simulates it anyway, I guess. So I'm going to be doing a new series, and this is the house that the family's going to start out in. And then they're going to move to Hollyweird. And I'm wondering if I could put this house in Hollyweird. Maybe up on the hills. But then I'll have to see, because I might need them to live in one of the game Hollyweird mansions, because of the vault and the swimming pool and all that stuff. I don't know, but I do kind of like this house. I hate to just only use it in a couple of episodes and abandon it. But I think I've saved it to my library. If not, I will. Or maybe I can find a spot for it in the new world. I mean, it's sort of ridiculous looking. It might fit right in. And I don't really know exactly why this particular household lives in this crazy old house. I don't know what how they ended up with it, because it's not the type of house that these people would probably be living in. But hey, I don't know. So I'm just trying to get my windows perfect, and then I will duplicate these two halves to make the other half of the H. So pardon me while I arrange my windows. Okay, so move that big one, there you go. So now we should have symmetry. You just have to do this one side. And I probably could have I guess I could have duplicated just one of these even instead of and made three copies, but I don't know. I haven't I'm not used to just copying rooms and stuff. I've been in Sims 3 all summer, and you can't copy rooms in Sims 3. So I guess I'm kind of in a Sims 3 mindset a little still. So that should do that. Okay, so now I've duplicated one, and now I think I'm about to duplicate the final one. Does that do it? Yeah. You gotta remember which wall has the sliding door and whether the sliding door is going to duplicate or not, since it's a divider. Okay, so now we've got the legs of the H. Now we just need to do the cross piece. So this is a breezeway, and I would have put it up on a foundation, but for two reasons. I'm going to have puppies, and also these freaking columns and foundations. You know, the columns don't stretch when you add a foundation. They're sitting there and they'll be like, you know, too short. So then you have to put them up on a foundation or something. And it was just like, okay, forget it. We've got animals. This way the puppies can can run around outside when they want to. And life will be easier. And they're going to be moving eventually anyway. But I'm thinking once we get the terrain tool, it'll be fun to add some hills or something to the back of this lot. So this is the breezeway, and I didn't want it all closed in. I couldn't find windows that I liked. I thought there were some arches that you could put along as for a breezeway, and I'm sure there are. I just couldn't find them, so I thought, well, this is sort of a colonial type of house. Well, let's do columns. So there's the H, and that's the ground floor. So yeah, I mixed full walls with half walls, and that's gonna connect the lower levels. But it's a very symmetrical house. It's just mirrored. One end mirrors the other end. So now you can see that's really an H. Okay, so now these walls are lower, so that the bedrooms and bathrooms will be cozier, and all the upstairs rooms will be cozier. And I wonder if with the terrain tool, etc., can we have different height ceilings on the same floor? Like, can you mix your short walls with your tall walls all on the same level? What's that going to do to the roof? So much to discover, and it's only November 8th, and I think they said that's coming out on the 13th, so I got 5 more days to ponder. Yeah, so there's an H with a thing in the middle, with a square on its crossbar. Now we gotta stretch it out. Now it's a fancy H. So nice to be able to just duplicate stuff and just slide it over. So that looks kind of modern. I don't know, very boxy. And then I add something that really confuses it, and there it is. So it's way less boxy now. But I'm having a hard time with these octagonal roofs. I don't know, I can't get them to fit the tower. Like, how do you stretch it all out the right way? Because they give you such a tiny octagonal room, but you can only stretch it 4 ways. So I struggled with this, and I struggled so much that I just cut it out, a lot of my struggle. So it's bigger than the tower. It overhangs the tower, but at least it seems to be centered anyway. That's the main thing. I just want it to be a nice, tall tower to kind of balance this really squarish house. So we needed something round or rounded. Oh yeah, I'm still fussing. I thought I cut this part out. But yeah, here's me fussing with the stupid roof. It's just not. I wish you could have it just automatically center. Like it could snap or something. Okay, good. I cut the rest of the struggle out. So here's where the turret marries into the main building. And it's not accessible on any of the upper floors. It's just a huge skylight because it's got a glass roof on it, and I took out all the flooring, so the light comes all the way down to the bottom level where there's a bathroom. So you can actually go to the top of the tower and look down through the roof, and you see the bathroom at the bottom. And I think it's right over the toilet too. Oh God. Not planned, honestly. I didn't plan it that way. So the crows that fly over can spy on people using the bathroom. Okay, I couldn't get a sliding door in there because I used an odd number of tiles, as usual. I don't know why I do that. So that's an archway. Archway. There you go. So that's 3 wide. That's actually kind of unusual, isn't it? But that fits with the windows. Vampire pack, Gothic, all that stuff. So this door is a whole totally different style, but it's pretty. And ultimately I changed the color to a darker color. That's the front door. So I wonder if I could put this like up on a hill and have steps leading up to the front door. Ooh, so that way I would sort of have a foundation, but not. That'd be fun, because I really don't like those windows right on the ground there. Okay, so here I'm adding in the columns, and of course they're fine since they're not on a foundation. Do feel free to leave me any comments if you ever feel inspired. It's what the comment section is for. Or a thumbs up if you like the video, or just some kind of interaction. I'm so lonely. Nobody ever talks to me. Okay, lining the columns up with each other. So that's 1, 2, sort of like 5 columns, I think. 1, 2. Might be fun to put a. I wonder if I could put a frieze in. No, I guess not. I don't have any. Well, I could put it on the tower. A frieze. That might be pretty. We'll see. But I don't know if I'm going to be using this house for very long anyway. But maybe for some future use. So anyway, what happens to one side happens to the other side. We gotta keep up the symmetry, except for the tower. So the tower gives it some character, makes it less symmetrical. There's the glass roof. I love the glass roofs. Oh, I love them. And that they're even different patterns. I mean, I would have been thrilled with just one plain glass roof choice, you know? But we got, what, 4 or 5? So nice. They're just so pretty, and it adds so much to just the aesthetics, to actually get some sun into some of these rooms, like bathrooms with skylights. So nice. Because I like windows in bathrooms, but then you cover them back up. I mean, if you have a lot of plants, And that's a perfect spot for plants because you get the humidity from the shower and then the natural sunlight, if you have an east or west facing window, that is. So they're perfect plant rooms. Okay, now this window is too wide, and the tall walls are messing up my symmetry. So I got a mix of windows, 2 different windows. It's a little more interesting. These windows don't actually produce a whole lot of light. I think they are used in the Stroud, yeah, they are used in Stroud Mansion, and that house is dark. Even when you change the wall colors to a lighter color and all, it's still dark because the windows just don't let in a lot of light. It's not really that they're small, I think it's that the glass is, somehow the glass isn't very clear or something. I don't know. Or maybe because the frame is so much thick wood or something. So there's maybe not as much surface for the glass. I don't know. So I thought it'd be more interesting to kind of stagger the windows. Gives it a little more character and visual interest. Nice cozy little spot. So I bare-boned decorated this in this video. You'll see the interior, of course, when we get into the gameplay. So I didn't really worry too much about what I showed because you sat through the building of it too. It was a long day building this and creating the family and building this and moving them in. I think I played 6 hours. I mean, like, because after you build it, you gotta see all your people running around in it, right? I always do. So let's get some light in this joint. And we gotta slap some paint on it. Get the upper roofs done. Now it's looking a lot less like a series of boxes because of the detailing. There, that's looking like a mighty fine manor. Oh, and this was fun to do. That's the half-hip roof, all the way flat, and then I add the glass texture to it. Because it's exposed, so why not grab some sunlight? Flat glass roof. Somewhat flat. As flat as you would want to make it, because otherwise it's not going to drain properly. So then I copied it over to the other side. So much faster. Glass texture. Look at them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beautiful textures. I picked the most intricate one. So that's like a sunroom or something. Very cheerful. on the other side. But this is a different shape because of the tower. Okay, that roof is too big. I like the way the windows in Sims 4 go on the wall in the correct direction. So the exterior part of the window automatically goes to the outside. I remember Sims 3, you go in there and you're flipping your windows around half the time. It's like, oh god, my windows are facing the wrong way. So Sims 4 doesn't do that. They stick them in the right way for you. Thank you so much. Now the actual upper main roofs are just regular wood. They're not glass. So I like the glass as sort of a special feature. But you see the hallway is lit. The upper hallway is a skylight. And then the floor below, you've got the two little sunrooms, and then of course the tower roof is glass. So there's a mixture of glass and what did I use? Slate? I'm not sure if I used slate on the roof or not. Okay, so now we're doing the exterior. Like perfect colonial. There we go. The black and white. White with black trim. So mostly a white house with the white columns, but a black roof, and I think the windows are black. It might be brown. But the tower got special treatment. Because the tower is special. So this house is enormous. There are only 3 people living there, and they've got a whole wing of the house that they haven't even touched yet. You've got the bedrooms just are all together in one sort of a section of the house. And then the other half of the house upstairs is... Did I put anything in there? Oh, I think I put in a big office area, but there's so much more room in there. So their living space is more upstairs than downstairs because there are 2 enormous staircases downstairs, and they take up a lot of room. So you can't do much with those rooms with the staircases in them. So they got a lot of stuff upstairs. And I haven't even added a basement yet. I could still do that. So yeah, now the tower is stone. And it kind of goes with the roof, I think. So I thought that was pretty to have kind of a big old stone tower. Might be a little too dark, I don't know. I wonder, is there a white stone? That might be a nice thing to change to. Anyway, Okay, so here I think I want to move it on the lot. Yes, I do. Trying to figure out. I wanted it actually at an angle, but that didn't work out. They don't let you. You can only do like quarter turns, 45-degree turns. So it's kind of limited. But I thought it sort of fits into Windenburg. Windenburg is kind of old world. But I put castles in the desert too. I think that's cool. But then they'd have to be a stone castle, all stone, because the wood would desiccate too fast otherwise. Can't take the heat of the sun, the desert sun. And you wouldn't have you wouldn't have a sunroom probably in a desert castle. It'd be a stone and terracotta, that sort of thing. No, that's no good on the side. That's too long a trip to get inside. Not close enough to the road. Okay, I skipped ahead there. So what are we doing? We're doing doors. And you can't put a door in a half wall. Okay. Not even a pet door. So that's why I put full-size walls. And so that they don't have to run all the way through the breezeway in a cold day, on a cold day. I just mirrored everything. But they can, of course, they can get from one side of the house to the other without having to go through the breezeway by just going upstairs and running across and down. And it's the same distance. It's just a matter of whether you want to go up the stairs. So you do up and over. Look at all those columns. Whoa! Yeah, placing the stairs. I'll be glad when we can place the stairs from the top down, because that would have been perfect in this situation, because my lower room does not align exactly with the room above it. See, I can't put it on the edges because there's nothing above it. I would put it right in the middle. So I did. So I'm checking to see where the overlap is. See, if I could have done it from the top down like that, it would have been so much easier. So I think we can do that soon. I think that's part of the terraforming, I'm going to call it, update. Because in Sims 3 you could actually do that. It was a little funky, but you could actually add stairs from the top down. Sometimes. If the game was in a good mood. So because I want to be symmetrical, this is going to be a double wide staircase, because that room is, what, 6 squares wide, I think? So 2 squares, a double wide staircase, and then 2 squares wide on the other side. So really the staircase is right in the middle, which kind of eliminates any other use for the room. A lot of times I'll put a narrow staircase right on just along the wall, but that didn't work this time for reasons I just gave you. Okay, so now I can duplicate these stairs and put them on the other wing. And they easily line up with the double window. So that was cool. See, I did a little bit of work outside. I put a fence in and a bit of a flowery path for them. I think I did a couple of trees too. But the dogs needed a backyard. I need to do that while I was thinking of it. So yeah, here's the breezeway. So the breeze goes above them. You can't see anything because you can't put windows in half walls. But you get the breeze anyway. What am I doing? Flooring. Okay. Yeah, it's an old house, so we're gonna be fancy flooring. Because this marble wears like iron, so it's probably original to the house, so it might be a couple 100 years old. It went in when those columns went in, when the tower was built. And yes, there is a suit of armor in this house. Or there will be. So there's our checkerboard marble. I could maybe fit a fireplace in the rooms that have the staircases. That'd be nice. Yeah, change that to pink marble because it was a bit strong to have throughout. And yeah, that's black and white, the classic black and white. And then I think I made this a white marble. Yeah, the parlors are twins, so they're gonna wear the same pinkish marble floor. And those doors are actually gonna get changed to white instead of this blue. The house that this is modeled after had the rooms were painted in this like Pepto-Bismol pink with the pocket doors. It's like, oh my god, it was really ugly. Too much. Much too much. This is a very pale version. I mean, they painted it really pink, really garish. So that warms the room up a bit though, that nice kind of blush. So, okay, yeah, the kind of the exterior, well, the breezeway is exposed to the elements, so I put that pretty in plaster wall color on there. The marble will be fine, it's tough. You just have to keep it clean. It'll survive the elements, so, but cold. I suppose it would kind of, I don't know, might expand and contract though. Yeah, this goes white. To blend better with the pink walls. And one of these rooms becomes the kitchen, I forget which. And I had to change those archways into the breezeway into doors, otherwise it's gonna get kind of cold in there in the winter. Okay, yeah, this is the kitchen room. I just painted green. Staircase rooms. Has a black and white panel. That's pretty. That's from the luxury pack, I think. The one that has the butler. Where you can get the butler. This turned into kind of a nice kitchen and added some fun details to it. Once I figured out what the best curtains were and the best way to treat the windows, I think I made it into a pretty nice little house, a big house. Comfortable, definitely got a lot of personality, but grand, dignified. But it can't be too dignified. I got two puppies living there. Okay, so I'm changing those archways into doors. I could have changed the walls up a bit and made it into you know, made that one section into one room so I could have a double door, but I wanted to keep the room separate, so that's why I've got a dividing wall there. I mean, that's the parlors, the two parlors. So that would defeat the purpose of the sliding doors. But you have to be able to get out to the breezeway, so I'm here looking for tall, single wide doors, and they don't have any. No, they didn't even have any medium ones. They're all 2 squares. So we went with a little guy. I think it was the Flower Power door from one of my favorite packs. The movie pack. I love the stuff in the movie pack. I love all the colors. Yep, those are all too wide. Go down to the single doors, to the short doors, and you'll be happy. Yeah, I love that big old door with the lion head knocker. Oh, it's so cool looking. So I do have a couple of those on this house. So I see we've got two doors right next to each other. So I wanted one to look like an exterior door and make it different from the one that's going into the breezeway. Otherwise, people are going to go through the wrong door. I know I would. I don't mean to be here. Grass. No, I need to be in the breezeway. Oh, I always do that. Yep, that's me. Okay, we've jumped ahead. We're upstairs, and I'm doing the bedrooms. This is Tommy's bedroom. Tommy's got very simple tastes. And the wallpaper is kind of old and worn, but he doesn't care. He's very easygoing and he likes things just kind of simple. Stuff made out of wood. He's just kind of a laid back guy. Likes nature. Likes bluegrass music. Country boy. So he liked these wood panels. Now this next room, this is Barry's room, and he's just a teenager, but he's got more sophisticated taste. And he kind of likes green. But his bed's more sophisticated, and he's a little not as easygoing as Tommy. And you'll be meeting the family soon enough. Ah, the curtain struggle. No really perfect curtains for these rounded top windows. I didn't want them to cover up completely. I just really wanted kind of a window topper. I wish I had my favorite one from The Sims 3. But no, they haven't duplicated that yet. This Pets one is close though. So that was alright. So I used two of them because one just wasn't quite wide enough. But the dresser was in the way. So gotta move the dresser. Grab out two of these and get the dresser out of the freaking way. Don't have that problem in real life. It's not wide enough for one, I don't think. So we got two and put them side by side. So there's sort of a gap in the middle, but you know, it covers the glass anyway. Doesn't look too stupid, I hope. I don't know. Well, you know, Tommy didn't care. He's easygoing, like I said. So we're just gonna put in the dog bed, even though the dog can't make it up the stairs. And by the time, well, no, I think she's a small dog, so maybe she'll still be able to sleep in this when she's grown up. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, she's too young to make it up the stairs. They have to carry her. Okay. Awful lot of blue and gray in that room, so I was trying to change it up a little bit. Those are kind of, you know, old floorboards. You're not going to have wall-to-wall carpeting in an old house. naturally anyway. Okay, so this is Barry's room, and he's got a bed for the other dog. And we just sort of went green. They don't have favorite colors in Sims 4, do they? I used to, in Sims 3, I would check and see what their favorite color was. Somehow I always give Barry green. It's my favorite color, one of them. So yeah, these are the guys' rooms, and you don't even see my Sims room. Mine is extra special. And we are about at the end of this video, so thank you for sitting through an hour of JL goodness. So I'm about to stop, and I'll add some music underneath. And I hope you enjoyed this, and stick around because we're gonna do a new series called The Fame Game, and I hope you'll find it interesting. It'll be probably machinima style as opposed to having the ugly plum bobs show. I hate plum bobs. I can't even say them. That's how much I hate them. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. This is JL. Take care now.